Oh hi, it's the Messy Desk version of myself from the future. And I'm in the middle of editing this, and I think that this needs to be said in this video. A huge shout out to my buddy Michael Nilsson, Big Hairy Guitars here on YouTube, because I lost my entire Logic project. Logic did something crazy, and Michael, being the straight up madman that he is, got it all back for me. So I've linked Michael's channel down below. That's actually Michael right there texting me. And Michael actually has one of my favorite channels on YouTube. So please go subscribe to him, check out his stuff. Me and Michael have some cool stuff coming up as well. But dude, he saved this entire video. I would have to redo everything. So thank you, Michael. Well, howdy everybody. Welcome back to another video, and we're gonna get our learning on. We're gonna hopefully avoid copyright, but the future's not looking bright on that one. But you know what? I want to teach this solo anyways, and I'm gonna teach it. So this is, you know, one of the best guitarists ever, John Norum. And Norm, however you want to pronounce his name, I would pronounce it Norm. But he is incredible. He is the first guitar player from, of course, Europe, and I'm doing the Time Has Come solo. I'm also going to do something with Key Marcello, because I love both of them so much. So stay tuned, and you'll see a Key Marcello solo a little bit later. But today we're talking about the Time Has Come, and this is always a solo that I listened to, and I always thought I thought it sounded kind of easy, to be honest. And then when I sat down and learned it, I was like, oh geez, it's not easy. It's just a very like sophisticated solo. It's very well put together, super melodic, lots of cool little things in here. And kind of what makes it complicated is how simple it is, and just how much control you kind of have to have over the whole thing. So we're gonna break it all down. The tones real quick, and I should say, if you want tabs, I tabbed out the whole solo for you. That is linked down below in the description. You could check out my free guitar course if you want to, the Fretboard Decoder. It'll actually help with kind of what's going on in the solo in different areas. That is linked down below in the description. But the tones, real quick, because I get asked this a lot, and I always forget to tell you guys. I'm all Friedman'd out today. So I'm playing my Friedman Cali, which is going into the Friedman BE50 Deluxe, and that's going into my 2-notes Torpedo Live. Delay and reverb is TC Electronics, Hall of Fame, and then whatever the reverb's called, I can't remember. But that's basically the tone. I'll turn the delay off here in a second. There's your tone. So let's learn this solo. Alrighty, I turned the delay off, and I told the reverb to chill out a little bit. Still pretty reverby. So the main chorus riff I'll show you, and then I'll actually show you the rhythm behind the solo when we get to that main part. Basically the riff is going, so on with that one. Now it goes into this part. It goes, come back home. And that's essentially that whole section. I messed up there a little bit, but we're gonna roll with it anyways. And there's a couple of ways you can play this. So I'm playing like this. So I'm going 5, pull off the 4 on the D, and then playing 5 on the A. Now, that's a D note, so you could pull off to open if you want to. Something like that. I don't think that sounds like what John's doing. I think it sounds like he's hitting that 5th fret. It gives it more punch, a little bit of a deeper D. Sounded weird. All right. Anyway, so you have that section happening. So now basically you go 2 on the A, 3 twice on the A, and then 5. Okay, da 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 da. That part was tricky for me. So then it starts out again, 5 4 5. Then you're gonna go up to 7 on the D, down to 5 4, then so 7 5 4 5 4 3 on the A. That was another kind of weird part. Now it goes back this. So everything's the same except the ending. He doesn't do the back up to 7. He goes 5 up to 7 and then 5 on the G, which is that same C note. So okay, so that's that whole section there. And then we're into the main part of the song. Like I said, I really like to learn what's behind the solo first before I actually learn the solo itself. So for this one, it's this really cool, just powerful power chord section. It plays up to the name very well. And that's just simply a C5 to a G5, E5, D5. I added the 5th on the bass. That's just kind of something I like to do. And then basically the next part, which we'll break down those licks as well. And then it basically just walks out. Back into the main kind of chord. Now the time has come. Good thing I'm not singing, right? So let's break it down, shall we? Now I'm viewing that this is basically all like G Ionian is how I'm seeing it. And you know, if we start all the way up here with this kind of like typical Ionian shape, I guess. So we're gonna play 12 on the high A string and then 14, and you bend it up a half step to 15, but there's a rake involved. So 12, 14, 14 bend. This part I thought was really cool because he's rolling his finger. It goes back to 14, back to 12, and then 12 on the beat. You might want to like naturally go to like that note or something like that, but it's such a cool note to go to. I learned a lot from this solo. Now this part here, there's a couple different ways you could play it. I like to do it like this. It goes 15 on the B to 12 on the high E string, and then you're bending 17 up a full. Or you could just go 15, 17, 17. I don't like stacking my fingers like that, so that's why I chose to do it this way. And you can kind of slide into it if you want, a little bit more dramatic. So you have that big bend on 17. Play 17 again, unbent. 14 on the high E string to 15. So. A really cool little blues lick here. Oh. Now this part here, it starts out super traditional bluesy. It has, you know, that John kind of spin on it. So it goes 12 on the high string, 15 to 12 on the beat. And I do a pull off. No, I pick it. Now this part here is again, standard kind of bluesy thing. You're bending 14 up, a half step, back down, and pull off to 12. Then you go 14 on the D. You can see it's a very pentatonic-y. And then 12, 14 on the G, 12 on the B. So, okay, so now here's a really fun lick. You bend 15 up on the B. Now while it's bent, you're gonna have to change strings and frets and go to 14 on the G, and then let that note fall down. Okay, so. Now here we're gonna go 12 on the G, 14 on the D, 14, 14 on the G and D, and back to 12 on the G. So we have. Here you're gonna have to do a little string skip. You're gonna actually jump to the A string. Sorry, it's so hot in here. 14 to 12 on the A, and then you're gonna slide down to 10, and then back to 12. So, oh. Okay, and then this was literally the most confusing part of the whole thing for me. I kid you not. So it's you've kind of shifted down now. I don't know. I'm viewing this as a Dorian shape, but still Ionian. But it's just how my brain works. I don't know if that helps anybody or not. 7 on the D. I'm sorry, 9 on the D. Then 7, 9 on the G. Okay. Then you're gonna go 7, hammer on 8, pull off 7 on the B. Then you're gonna go 9, 7 on the G. So there's kind of like first half of it. Get that part. Now this is what was so tricky. You're gonna go to 10 on the B, 7, 8. Everything is moving in the direction that I don't want to go. So this is, like I said, it's very cool, the stuff that John's doing here. Roll your finger down to get 10 on the high string. Okay. Then you go from that 8 on the high string, 7 on the high E, and 8, 10 on the B. So. It's one of those licks, like, I can't start in the middle of it. I have to start at the beginning of the phrase, or my brain just can't handle it. Here's really cool. You're gonna bend up 10, bending up 10 on the B, full step, bend it again, and then let it fall back down. Another cool little phrase here. 8 to 10 on the B. So 8, 10, and then 7, 8, pull off 7. Then 8, 10 again on the B. Now you slide up here to 10, 12, 10 on the high string. So melodic. God, is he good. Then, there's probably quite a few different ways you could play this. Like, this is just kind of what I figured out. So I'm going 17 on the B to 15 on the high string, back to 17. So 19, 15, 17, 14, 15, 12. Then you play 14, and you have to listen to the song and get the timing right. But basically, he plays it and he bends it up a half step, and he kind of does like this quarter step release. That it's really interesting. Like I said, it's one of those little details that he's doing. So then you have the big part here, which I believe he's just doing pull-offs. So he just kind of, again, right, this is straight pentatonic at this point. So it's 5, pull off 3, pull off open on the high string, same on the B, 4, 2 open on the G, 4, 2 open on the D, and then you go to 2 on the G with the pinch on. Now this is one of my favorite things of the whole thing. This. It's so cool. You're gonna hear me say that a bunch in this solo. 17 to 19 on the B, and then you're gonna go 15, 17, 19, perfectly in that Ionian mode. Then walk it back down. Now we jump all the way back down here. So you're gonna go 7, 8, pull off 7 on the high string, then 10 on the B, do it again. Okay, so then you go to 8 on the B. Now you're gonna bend 10 up on the high string. We're doing a very similar lick to what we did earlier. So as you bend 10 up, you don't let the 10 come back down on the high string. You grab 10 on the B. Okay, so. Okay. Then 8, 10, back to 9 on the G, 8 on the B. And I'm messing up the timing because I can't start in the middle. I have to start at the beginning of each phrase. You go down to 9 on the G, 7, 9, Okay, so we have. Okay, 97. 7 on the D, 5, 7, 5. There we have it. So that's the whole solo. But like I said, you might look at it, you might hear it and think it's simple, and then you start learning it and you're like, oh, what's he doing there? And there you have it, guys. That's the solo. Like I said, get the taps, all that stuff. John is, what an incredible player John is. And like I said, I'll have a Key Marcello solo coming at you very, very soon. Let's see if any of you guys can guess which one it will be. But, yo, have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the solo. Rock out. Get some spandex on. You get the hairspray out. The whole 9 yards, man. Woo!